All right, this is my Dickinson P1200 propane heater, and the fan runs on a 12 volts. I have an extension runs to the top. That fan I turn on about 5 minutes after I start it, and that helps keep the pipe cooler there and blows a lot of that heat that's trying to get out of the building into the building and help circulate the heat. Plus it has its own. Now behind this there's another clamp. There's a bunch of little spacers also in here, wire spacers. But behind that clamp there's the inner pipe, which is the exhaust. I had to put flue duct tape, metal duct tape, around it. It's high temperature metal tape, and then I clamped it. That way there was I wasn't getting an exhaust leak. And then on this one here, it's supposed to be a snug fit on both pipes, but the inner pipe was a little loose with the extension. This extension is just a tiny bit bigger because of the inner pipe that you have to use because of the sleeve that they put in it. So it's just a little bit bigger than the factory pipe that you get with the unit. I should say they're both factory pipes. So on the inside of this here, I had to use metal tape also, which is the high temperature flue tape, and I wrapped it around a couple times around the sleeve where I have to sleeve it. And then after I had it on there, I sleeved the inner pipe over that, and I got a better tight fit. And then of course the outer pipe goes over the top of that, and then that's where the air comes. Air comes in through here, and on the inner pipe the exhaust goes out. So now enough rambling. We're looking at everything outside. So those are my two propane tanks. They both hold 23.5 gallons each. Gives me 47 gallons of propane. Up here on the roof, that's a 4-inch roof jack, and the cap and everything fits on it perfectly. No overhanging of the rubber that goes over it. Everything just mirrored up perfectly, and the pipe comes straight out of the building. And as you can see, there's a better picture of it. And then there's the two tanks. And then I used metal line. There's multiple regulators, or the regulator with the vent, overpressure vent, and then goes in. Okay, behind the Dickinson, there's a little bit of airspace. It's kind of hard to see it, but it goes up and it goes over and then it goes down. That's where the air gets blown out. It gets sucked into the bottom, runs from behind, and then blows out this way. That's how it cools or heats up the place. Anyhow, there's a little tiny gap where the exhaust and the air that's being blown through can mix. So what I did to resolve that problem, because they can't weld it because of the way it's fitted together, it's just, it can't be welded. So what I used was some high temperature silicone, and I just ran it all the way around the pipe, sealing it all up, and I let it cure for 3 days, and that was just because I didn't need no heat for 3 days. It says you need to let it cure for 24 hours. Okay, I'm going to show you how to light it. It has two settings, a low and a high. There's the low and there's the high. What you do is you push the button in and you turn it, and when you do that there, you light it, and it'll light. You got to hold it for about 30 seconds. Yeah, about 10 to 30 seconds, somewhere around there. And it'll stay lit. So I'm gonna light it. Since I need 3 hands, I'm gonna do this here. I'm just gonna light it with it on, then I'm gonna show you. Okay, I got it lit. It's sitting on low. And there's that pipe where I was telling you about. You need to put a little bit of silicone around the top there. And you won't have any problems. Now this has 2 settings, like I said. This is low, and that's high. Okay, back to low. Now everybody says this is as low as you can go, which isn't true. Now that it's lit, back it down, start holding it, and just do it slowly. You can see the flame, and I'm going to back it down. Get it lower. And that's about where I like it. You can see it's just a little tiny flame now. Well, usually after you've closed it, the yellow portion goes away and then it just stays to be that color of a flame. And on a low setting, it just glows. And then what I do, I have this here set for high. I just turn on the fan. Now, what it does is it pulls the air from underneath, and you can kind of see the grate where my fingers are, and also through here, and from the sides, and it blows it out through this. And then to get as much heat as possible, I turn on this ceiling fan, and it blows across this whole area. It keeps this pipe not from getting so hot. Usually you can hold on to it like this with it full blast. Now, I got a thermostat sitting on the back here. I've never ever seen this here, even with it running full blast. I've never even seen that needle move. Anyhow, that's how I heat my place, and it's been 10 degrees, and after passing out and then waking up, I've with it on for about 4 hours. My place was 80 degrees in here, and then I turned it off, kept it off for the rest of the night, and didn't turn it back on again until the next day or the next night. So yeah, that's my little heater.